This evening, Bap Dada must have brought very special, very fresh and very fragrant flowers to shower on the souls from all parts of the world who have assembled here to manifest Bap Dada all over the world. Baba's children have celebrated global festivals, and now it's time for Bap Dada to celebrate this global achievement with the children, and that is going to happen now very soon. Here we are meeting in this big grand diamond hall, and I remember the days not many years back when the first meeting with Bap Dadaji used to be held exclusively for double effort makers in Om Shanti Bhavan in Mount Abu. Now the capacity of that Om Shanti Bhavan has been superseded. So therefore, this meeting is being held in this diamond hall. And as we can see from the stage, Bap Dada is doubly pleased that the quota of double foreigners, double effort makers for the coming golden age is almost completed, because 1/3 of the hall is full with the double effort makers. So please accept my congratulations that we are now nearing our destination. There was a time when so many Bharatvasis combined with double foreigners also would not be there in the meetings with Bap Dada. And now we are having exclusive meeting with thousands and thousands of double effort makers, which shows that, as Baba says, that double foreigners are very special souls who help in proving to the world that Shiv Baba is the father of all souls, not only Bharatvasis. Now, this evening, let us reflect on what has been achieved and what is left to be achieved. We do take satisfaction that a very strong foundation has been laid, a network all over the world with camps of Shiv Baba through Brahma Baba through children all over the globe. If you can see from above, whereby this world will be changed. The process is now becoming clearer to the people of the world. Such a huge task, looking impossible to the people who have become almost hopeless about the future of the world and who see no light at all at the end of the tunnel, that this world, which is becoming worse from bad day by day, can improve, and so much that it is transformed into a world of light from utter darkness, or a golden age from an age of carbon or coal. How it is possible? People wonder. And Baba's children know that it can only happen magically. We know that the greatest magician, the supreme magician, and the real magician, there are other magicians who can perform tricks, and people feel they have done something wonderful, making big things small, small things big, making things disappear and reappear and so on. But that is only momentary. Here, the supreme magician, along with his other magician children who are very much in the body here, but who can foresee what Baba plans and are a part of it, executing it, they can see how Baba performed these wonders. And last year, toward the end of Baba's season, a plan and a forecast was given to us that what we should achieve and how we should do it. And that was in 3 words, that everything will happen suddenly. Nothing will be foretold. This is always in all tests and all exams. Something surprising is waiting us every moment. And we should be not ready, but ever ready for that sudden happening. And also, the longer the duration of our achieving completion in this body, we are ready to go, but we are very much here. The more durable will be, more powerful will be our stage at that sudden moment. And thereafter also, where we go in the golden age, what time and what place and what status we get will depend upon the long duration of our stable state. So these are the 3 things Baba told us. We can take it casually also and think that, well, we are prepared for anything sudden, because we are souls and we know knowledge that soul does not die, and soul will definitely have its preordained role for the future, so we are already prepared. Also, any time it may happen, we are ever ready. But you know, that is under compulsion. That if suddenly, under compulsion, as per drama, we have to leave this body, there is no question of our being ready or not ready. That we have to leave. But when it is happening, what will be our stage? That is the important thing to think. Whether we are prepared like a scholarly student who is waiting for the exam, that let the exam take place and let me be transferred to the next standard. Or we are just afraid, or we are just waiting for the occurrence, and whatever will happen, that will happen. So are we ready in advance for that sudden situation, or it will suddenly come and our placement will depend upon our stage at that time? We are not very sure about it. So for that, the third word is the key word, long duration. So the drama is of 5,000 years. That is the maximum duration, and our role in the drama depends upon the maximum following of Baba's lifestyle or principles in the life given to us in Sangam Yuga, whether the period is big or small. Doesn't matter, it is 73 years or 73 months or 73 days. So Baba has also given us the slogan, last so fast. But last so fast should not mean the last of the last. And the person should think that, oh, Baba has given us the blessing last so fast, so there is a guarantee that I may come on the last day also, and I can be that fast to come in the first birth. So for that purpose, just as a good doctor keeps on changing the medicine depending upon the state of the patient, and supposing there is a terminal case also, the doctor will go on changing the medicine to keep the patient in comfort, free from suffering as far as possible. So there are two sides to it. One is Baba's children who are making effort, and the other is the whole world. So Baba says that, as a matter of fact, all the souls of the world are also my children, and I take as much mercy on them as much on my children. And in fact, I take more mercy on them, because Bab Dada foresees their future, that how much bonded they are, how much burdened they are, and they have to be liberated. So Bab Dada is doing whatever is to be done for liberating them, but we are to be the instruments. And for that purpose, first of all, we should be liberated. We can liberate others only to the extent that we are liberated. So Baba says that the liberation of the world from the suffering, not only the human beings, but look at the animals, the birds, the sea creatures, how cruelly those are being killed and mercilessly slaughtered, all that we know. So all that has to be stopped, and the entire world, the whole nature, the plundering of the nature has to be liberated and things brought to normal. So for that purpose, Baba has given us a magical formula of liberating ourselves in this world while we are here. And that formula in the last season was summed up into, every soul can check to what extent I can take my mind to where I want to take it and keep it there for as long as I want and withdraw it at will. So that is the test of our liberation. That mind, it is through the mind by which we magically function. In a recent Murli also, Baba has said that Hatha yogis, they do not perform journeys and yatras, but our yoga is a mental journey. So mind moves fastest. So how much our mind gets stuck up because of whatever may be our entanglements, our attachments, our weaknesses, our dependencies, and even our specialities. We have to be very careful of our mind being entangled or engaged due to our specialities also. So it cannot be called a free mind if I enjoy the fruits of my speciality in Sangam Yuga, because I am not liberated. So we have to act as liberated souls. So for that, Baba says soul by nature. Soul has three traditionally known characteristics which are described very well in Indian scriptures. That soul is truth, soul is live or sentient, and soul is blissful. These are the three characteristics. That truth means we are eternal, we were there, we are there, we shall be there always. Number two, we are live. We experience and we express. We are sentient. Third is, most important, our quality and characteristics. We are blissful. Now from the original stage of bliss, which is even above happiness, the worldly people talk of health, wealth and happiness. Happiness is their objective. But all the worldly things have their opposite also, antonym also. If we say I am peaceful, I can be peaceless also. If I am loveful, I can be hateful also. And if I am happy, I can be unhappy also. But essentially as a soul, I am blissful. And there is no antonym of blissful, because our essential bliss does not depend on even our physical body. It does not depend on even our raising positive thoughts or doing something creative or whatever we do in this world. It does not depend on our health or our wealth. So therefore, it's an entirely different paradigm under which we function, and that is the magical thing, that we are blissful, and that bliss we can only experience when we control. We all have experience of that. That when we can take our mind under our control, take it to where we want, for as long as we want, and withdraw at will. That will give us unlimitedness as of our Baba. When Baba says, become Bap Saman, it means we have to be in unlimited state. We are not to be confined to this body, and we have not to be confined even to the virtues, limited number of virtues or specialities that each one of us possesses. Even in the morning Murli, Baba had told us the gap between the knowledge, the powers and the virtues. Knowledge brings us enlightenment, we get all the light. We can see light at the end of the tunnel, and if there is utter darkness, you won't even know where the tunnel ends. And you are in for a fall. So therefore knowledge has given us light of the three aspects of time and of the three worlds and the whole universe. Very good. But unless this knowledge is used, one gets a road map and one does not perform the journey or is very slow in performing the journey, one is not making full use of that knowledge. In the same way, as a person with lot of money, plenty money, but is happy to see the money, is not using it. So Baba has also said last season that we must increase, grow it, and for that purpose we must put it to use. So putting to use knowledge takes us to the next step, powers. And powers, very good. But powers also have limitations. Powers have to be in balance. And if you little more deeply see, there are no powers used in the golden age. Tolerance, for example. Do we use tolerance in the golden age? Is there a situation under which the deities have to tolerate? No. Patience. Now, there is no situation under which deities have to be patient. Even enthusiasm and zeal, no. Look at the watch. A watch moves, accurate watch moves accurately. If the watch is a little fast, it will not show the correct time. Enthusiasm will mean moving a little faster than normal. And if the watch moves a little slow, that also will bring problems. So, in the golden age, we say, everything happens at the right time, at the right place, in the right manner. All the three things. Not only time, not only place, but the way of the mannerism itself is also perfect. But here, we have to face adverse situations. We have to go through many hurdles and obstacles. And there, we do use powers. Now water, for instance, people say water has great adjustment power. You put water in any vessel and it will take that shape. So adjustable. And water can be solid, it can be liquid, it can be gas. So it is also has got certain wonderful magical properties. But still, water also has its limitations. God is compared to ocean. Baba is ocean of peace, ocean of love, ocean of happiness, and ocean of everything. Water, while purifying or cleansing others, becomes dirty itself. You put a dirty cloth in water, the cloth will become clean, but water will become dirty. So we can't be water-like only that we are adjusting to the vessel, we are adjusting to the situation, we are trying to compromise with please others at the cost of our principles. We can't be like that. So then God is also compared with sun, sun of knowledge. But sun has two other properties. Sun has light as well as might. Sun has got heat also. So now come to the second thing, fire. Fire does not confine itself to the shape of the vessel. It has its own shape and it converts everything into either fire or dust. It finishes that thing. So it is more powerful. So these powers our godly divine powers are compared with fire. That it has its own command. It can change the shape of the things totally. Their characteristics, everything it can change. But fire also, they say, lot of fire, heat was created but no light coming. So if we get into arguments, if we get into small petty things, nothing will come out. So in golden age, we do not have to be aggressive, we do not have to be passive. All the opposites we don't require, because that is the perfect stage. So this brings us the third quality, divine virtues. Ultimately, knowledge has to be converted into powers, and power has to be converted into virtues. That is the essence of our study. So all of us are given knowledge by Baba, plenty knowledge, day after day. We are hammered with knowledge. It is revised, it is refreshed every day. We churn it. Now how much of it we convert into powers? So Baba says, my children, all of my children have powers. But some of us use some powers more than other powers. And the powers do not come at the right time. They come a little later, just as the police in India comes a little later than the event requires. Or a fire brigade reaches a little later than the fire, to extinguish the fire. In Indian Parliament, there was a question. The minister was asked why the fire tender reached late, so that loss of damage was caused, why they could not reach on time. He gave some reply as usual. Then they asked, what steps you are going to take for future so that these things do not occur hereafter? And minister, wise enough, he said, we will be sending the tenders half an hour before the fire takes place. So that also is there. So we should see that appropriate amount of power at the appropriate time should be available to us. So the powers will be at our command if the mind is under our control, and for that Baba had given us 5-minute exercise, only 5 minutes. Just so that we can adjust to local worldly situations. Take our mind, our soul is of course here, take our mind to Paramdham. Paramdham is in our mind, instantly we can take. But that is only a home. Take to the master of the home, to Baba. 1 minute is nothing. After some time, bring your mind to the golden age. And golden age means absolutely in contrast of today. And golden age makes no compromises. If there is love, there is love. No place for hatred. If there is positivity, there is positivity. No scope for negativity. If there is peace, there is deep peace. No peacelessness. In confluence we confuse. We think that darkness and light can coexist. Love and hatred can coexist. We can love a lot of people, 99%, and hate my neighbor or my colleague or my closest person. Peace and peacelessness can coexist. I am at peace with the whole world, but not with the person I am directly connected with. So this confusion makes us comfortable. We rationalize, oh, I am attaining a great stage. I am so loveful. So many people, if one or two don't love me or I don't love them, doesn't matter. But that is what matters. If our whole body is healthy, but there is some area, some corner where some cancerous growth is taking place. What is going to happen in the future? Whatever I eat, whatever I do for my good health is not going to my body but to that cancerous area. So similarly, Baba says unless we celebrate Dussehra, we cannot celebrate Deepavali. And in a recent Murli it was so beautiful that all these fireworks which go up shows our flying stage, that it goes up and becomes a star. Of course this is momentary. In the beginning Baba showed stars coming on earth and turning into princes and princesses. That is going to be the future. But presently we have to be stars up, and I was very happy to know in the morning that we are going to have people with the stars of global festivals wherever they took place. And in Christianity, they have all the stars, on Christmas Day. So who are those living stars of the world? It is Baba children, it is you, it is you, it is you. See, we should be so happy. So like that, Acha. This is a world of change. So nothing can be stable. So frequency of Spanish has been changed to 8-9. Very good. Acha. So like that, now it is better to have all the powers together rather than to have some powers dominating and other powers less. It is the same way as in a school or a college. There are so many subjects and the student qualifies only by aggregate of all the subjects. If a student is a good, excellent in one subject and poor in another, normally what happens? That the one in which the student is proficient, he will like to read again and again and become more proficient. And the subject in which the student is poor, he will feel bored. He will not be able to do anything in that. Same thing, all powers. And then these powers go into virtues. Finally, in golden age, it is going to be virtues. There is only one quality which is both a power and a virtue, and that is love. Love is a power as well as a virtue. Love is in the golden age as well as in the confluence age, the true love. All others powers will be shed here. People are not interested